it comes. Here comes the water. Just about to flow over the edges. Look how nice it looks. Doesn't that look good?
That's not just any water that Florida Department of Environmental Protection's Chris Ferraro is gushing about. It's reclaimed water. It was wastewater, but not anymore. This treated water is destined for reuse. It's on its way to the Floridan aquifer, where it'll help to replenish groundwater, the main source of this state's drinking water supply. Ferraro watches as reclaimed water surges through an inlet at 1,000 gallons a minute.
We might need to back up a little.
The site of this basin, and 71 others just like it, is the Water Conserve 2 Distribution Center, situated 21 miles west of the city of Orlando. It was built in 1986 to eliminate the discharge of treated wastewater into central Florida lakes. Since then, more than 200 billion gallons of wastewater has been recycled.
It's actually one of the largest projects of its kind in the world that provides reclaimed water for aquifer recharge and citrus irrigation.
Orange County and Orlando pipe 30 million gallons of highly treated wastewater here every day. Half of that is distributed to citrus groves, golf courses, and residential communities for irrigation. The other half is pumped into rapid infiltration basins like this one. The reclaimed water percolates through sand, receiving further treatment as it makes its way to the underlying limestone aquifer.
Recharging the Floridan aquifer is very critical because as our population grows, more and more water is withdrawn from the aquifer by drinking water treatment plants for use. And with all the development that does occur, much of the area becomes impervious and we have more stormwater runoff and we have less natural recharge of the Floridan aquifer once an area is developed. And by recharging the Floridan aquifer here, we help replenish some of that water that isn't naturally making it into the Floridan aquifer like it used to.
Systems like Conserve 2 are simply doing what nature has done since the dawn of time.
Fresh water is recycled over and over again, and Mother Nature is the world's great recycler. All water is reused. All water is recycled through the hydrologic cycle.
For 20 years, David York led the Florida DEP's efforts to promote water reuse, making Florida the nation's leader in water recycling. Today, water reuse is growing and evolving.
Historically, the driving force has been wastewater management, but what we're seeing is more and more interest in using this reclaimed water as a water resource, as a means for conserving available water supplies, and also getting it back to augment and supplement available water supplies.
York says reuse has made the word wastewater a bit of a misnomer.
That was probably 100 plus years ago that the sanitary engineers of the world divided the water world into two. There was wastewater, the yucky stuff that you put someplace, and then there was water, the high-quality stuff that you reserve for your drinking water. And ideally, the two were never to meet. But a funny thing happened on the way to some 6.5 billion people in the world today, is that the line between water and wastewater is largely blurred.
One area where the line has blurred is in West Palm Beach, where technology is used to treat wastewater to produce clean, healthy water, ultimately for human consumption.
So the water leaves here and is pumped across the turnpike onto the wetland site.
Ken Reardon, who oversaw the development of West Palm Beach's advanced wastewater treatment plant, says that reclaimed water is essential to meeting the city's water needs. The plant treats and cleans 55 million gallons of wastewater each day before pumping it to a 2,000-acre wetland in the middle of residential development. The water moves through the wetland, which doubles as a nature preserve and bird-watching area, before it percolates down into the aquifer. Then it is later pumped and returned to the city's water plant for final treatment and addition to the water supply.
It's been estimated by the time it leaves that pump over there, comes through this plant, goes around this wetlands, back in, down through 180 feet, and back up and back out, 2 years.
The 2-year journey from treatment to the taps is costly, says Reardon, but it's the price that needs to be paid in Southeast Florida, where fresh water is so precious and minimizing reliance on Lake Okeechobee is so important.
When we are not pulling water off of Lake Okeechobee for public water supply, it bodes better that there's more water available for the Everglades.
David York says that the innovative approach used in West Palm Beach demonstrates something that he preached throughout his career in environmental protection.
Water is water. And even in its dirtiest state, untreated domestic wastewater, doesn't look very nice, smells kind of bad, but it's water. It's some 99.9% water. It's a water resource, and it can be, should be, and indeed must be used for beneficial purposes.